So Carly is training for a triathlon. In her training routine each week, she runs 7 times as far as she swims. She bikes 3 times as far as she runs. And in 1 week, she trained for a total of 232 miles. How far did she run that week? So first, let's define our variables. I'm going to let R be the distance she runs. I'm going to let S be the distance she swims. And I'm going to let B be the distance she bikes. So let's look at the first bit of information we're given. She runs, so let's start with R, 7 times as far as she swims. So R equals 7S. Next, let's say she bikes 3 times as far as she runs. So she bikes 3 times as far as she runs. And now on to our third equation. 1 week she trained a total of 232 hours. So our total, if we add up the distance she runs, the distance she swims, the distance she bikes, she totaled 232 miles. So looking at these, I think substitution is going to be the easiest given that R is already alone. I'm going to go ahead and plug in 7S for R in both of my equations. So looking at that second equation, B equals 3. I'm going to replace that R with 7S and say B equals 21S. Then looking at that third equation, I'm going to replace that R with 7S to say 7S plus S plus B equals 232. Just clean this one up, turn it into 8S plus B equals 232. So now when I'm comparing equations 2 and 3, I want to pair them up. I could substitute or eliminate. Elimination, again, is going to be a little faster on this one. So let's replace our B with 21S. We'll turn our equation into 8S plus 21S equals 232. Combine those for 29S equals 232. Dividing by 29, S is equal to 8. So she swims 8 miles. Next, let's go back to solve for B or R. I think I'm going to go back to the circled equation here, and I can input that S to figure out what B is. So B is going to equal 21 times 8. So B is going to equal 168. And now I still need to get R, so I think I'll go back to that very first equation we had that said R equals 7S. And input that 7 for S. R equals 7 times 8, so R equals 56. Then we want to answer that question, how far did she run that week? Looks like Carly ran 56 miles. And although we don't have to, it's good habit to get into stating everything we figured out. So Carly ran 56 miles. She swam 8 miles. And biked 168 miles.